Hi guys, I got 3 new brushes today for watercolor. At Michael's, I had a $10 voucher and I saw that they also had these brushes as a set on sale for florals. It's this set and I got it for like $9 or something with my little coupon and everything. And I have had this set before, so I know I like these brushes. Um, 2 of the 3 of them I absolutely love. Okay, but this Princeton Velvet Touch Petals brush, um, it's like triangular at the tip. I hope you can see. So it's like a triangular dagger brush, and it goes to a really, really tight point. And that's why I really love it, is that really tight point, because you can do like veining in leaves and things like that in botanicals really well with this brush. And it also came with a Princeton Heritage #2 round brush, which is a workhorse brush for me. And it came with a Princeton Neptune #8 round, which is again another workhorse brush for me. So those will last me a good long time because I've had them before. I actually still have some of them and I'm still using some of them, but I just couldn't pass by such a good deal on 3 brushes for like less than $10. And I had to use that voucher today. So I've kind of gone through everything at Michael's that I would ever want, you know what I mean? And like everything else, I'm not that thrilled about. Like I'll get paper there and I'll get brushes there when it's something like this. Yeah, when they haven't been picked over and messed with and all of that. Anyway, so I have this container that has brushes in it, and I have this container that has brushes in it. You know what? I'll go through my travel set first. I kind of just keep this on my desk because I use these brushes the most. Um, and I got, all my fun stickers on them and everything, and it folds over like this. This was actually intended for nail techs to put their brushes in, for their art brushes and stuff. And I've decided to reuse it for art, and it works lovely. Now they make these for artists as well. But I love my pink one. And let's go through this. Let's see. This guy is actually a tulip fabric brush that are incredibly hard to get a hold of, to find now. It's this very stiff synthetic bristle brush that I got. I took a class last year, maybe the beginning of last year, end of the year before that, with what's her name? Soon Warren, and her assistant gave me this brush in the class. It's actually like an eradicator brush, like you can pick up paint and remove it with this brush, and it works better than any other brush. They make eradicator specifically now, and this still works better than those. I'll never, ever, ever get rid of this brush, and I keep that in here. I also have a pipette that I keep in there, and then this is kind of a brush that does the same thing for me. It's a Princeton Select 1/4 inch lunar blender. Was that what I said? Liner blender. That's hard to read. I should put my glasses on probably. Let's do that. Lunar blender, that's what it says. This is what the tip looks like. It's again very stiff, and for smaller areas I can use this for eradicating. So I keep that in there. And then I have a Neptune #8 round. So is that the same as this guy? Yeah. So it probably came from that same kind of set. And it stays in my everyday workhorse paint set here, and I love it. I love everyone that's in here. So and then I have a Princeton Heritage. Heritage is my favorite line from Princeton. I like Heritage and I like Neptune a lot. This is a #6 round, and the Heritage brushes are just good at being precise in what I need. That's they don't hold too much water, they don't hold not enough water. They're just perfect in my opinion. I also have a couple of the Velvet Touch line, and I know everybody likes that feeling of that matte rubbery handle, and it's not really my favorite thing in the world, but if the brush works well, then I'll use it anyway. But Heritage is it. That's my favorite. And then I'm down to a number 6, another number 6. This is another Princeton Neptune, another round, and you can see they're just a little different. And I use them both a whole bunch. I love them a lot for the larger work that I need to do. I do a lot of botanical work, so a lot of it's smaller brushes. So these guys over here are getting more use than anything. The next one over is a Princeton Neptune number 2. So a little guy like that. Really works wonderfully. Let's see. This is another Neptune number 2. So that's how much I love these brushes. You can tell I'm always afraid of losing or running out of something. So I have a backup of that one. And yeah, they're both round. You can tell from the labels they've been made at different times, but they're both wonderful. They work great. And the next one is one of the Velvet Touch brushes. It's a number 2 round as well. So I have a bunch of number 2s in here, and they work great. Can't complain. Next one is another Princeton number 2 Heritage round. So I've got 2s in the Neptune, 2s in the Velvet Touch, and a 2 in the Heritage. I love them all. The next one is a liner brush from Princeton. It's not a certain range. It just says Princeton Art and Brush Company number 2, and it's a liner. And basically it's for longer strokes, thinner strokes. You get it. My next one is my newest next to these. This was a gift from my husband for Christmas. I'd had it in my wish list for a hot minute. It's a Winsor & Newton Series 7 Sable number 0 brush. And it's itty bitty and it's beautiful. None of these brushes are as good as this brush. I'm very glad that I have it. They're expensive brushes, but now I know why. They're wonderful. They almost do the work for you. They're so perfect. So yeah, my little Winsor & Newton I love. And the last one in here is actually Winsor & Newton Cotman brush, number 1 round. So it's okay, so that is it for my brush holder that I keep on my desk and I take with me when I travel. And then we can go through this guy real quick. So let me see. My specialty brushes I keep in the middle compartment of this Spinaroonie guy. So I'll show those first. My most precious brush is this Da Vinci Pretty Pink number 2 brush. This thing is so beautiful. It comes to a beautiful point. It does anything you want to do, and it holds a massive amount of water. It works almost like one of the Neptunes. Like, it holds so much water. I love it so much. And my friend Nancy got this for me when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So it's nearest dearest to my heart. It goes this guy, and then my Winsor & Newton I got for Christmas. Those are my favorite. You know, if there was a fire, they're coming out with me. The next one is this cute brush from the Blanton Museum of Art. It's a paintbrush on one end and a pencil on the other. I've used the pencil. I've not used the brush just because it's a souvenir and I like to keep it nice. But that is my Blanton pencil and brush. I thought it was so cute. And then the next special to me ones are this Da Vinci Frau Holly Florals edition, a number 2 and a number 8, and they're both rounds. Number 8 is sort of like a long round. But that's what the tips look like. I got this in Germany, and as a set, actually there's a video on my channel of me doing a haul in Germany, and these were in that haul. I feel like there's another one that comes with this too, but I can't find it. But I keep those in the center there because they remind me of my trip to Germany, and they were made specifically for florals before I even knew that I wanted to hone down into botanical painting. So they're wonderful. And then I have these travel brushes. Now this one is just like from one of those Van Gogh sets. Hold on. Here. These Van Gogh sets, you know, that you can get. This is my stick around here, but they have this compartment right here. When you open it up, it has a brush in there like that. It's good for travel if you're going, especially if you're like have to travel really, really light, because it's really 2 brushes. The back comes out, and then you can have a dual-ended brush. It does okay. It's not like the greatest brush in the world, but if you're at a place where you're afraid you might lose something, you don't want to take something too precious, or you need to have very lightweight, this will do it. And the bottom just goes back in here like so, and there you go. So that's one travel brush. My other 2 travel brushes are much nicer, but that's, you know, good to have. The next one is this little tiny whiskey painter's brush. I love this guy. He's a little itty bitty. It's like, I think, a number 2. And it looks like that. It comes to a beautiful point. It's a beautiful brush. And I love using it when we travel. And I love using it with flowers and stuff, really dainty little things. And I got it at a shop in Santa Fe called L'École des Beaux-Arts, and they sell handmade paint, and they had like a little candy dish of these brushes up by the cashier's desk, and I just absolutely had to have one. They're so cute and so tiny and so portable, and they fit into basically like any almost any paint set, you know. So it's great. I actually would like to have a bigger one of these. This whiskey painter's brush has been really good. And the last travel brush is this Raphael brush that's beautiful and comes to a nice point, holds a lot of water, and it's a bigger one. So I could take this one and my whiskey painter's brush and basically be able to do anything I need to do when I'm traveling. So those are like the special brushes. Then let's do this. These are the Princeton Velvet Touch that I have, including that new one I just got and one that's in my regular set that I use all the time. So this is a 1/2" angle shader brush. And it's kind of like a stiff angle, but you get a really, really good sharp edge with it, which is nice. And then I have another one of the number 6 petal brushes, the triangle brush, like I got in that new set. I love to use that for like really tiny lines. And then I have a spotter brush, a 5/0 spotter brush, and it's the tiniest. And what this does is if you need to make spots on something, a lot of times with a regular brush, even small ones, when you're trying to make the dots, it'll go to the side and make more of a dash instead of a dot. And this is made so that it makes a dot as opposed to a line dash. And so it works really, really nicely for that, but that's why it's so tiny and short. And the next ones are my very favorite, my precious, my, oh, this is a Da Vinci that's in here. Oh, this is a Da Vinci Cosmotop Spin number 12 flat that I forgot I have. I don't use it very often. It's a great brush, but I just forget to reach for it, obviously. But that's a Da Vinci, another Da Vinci. plastic in the middle there. The rest of these are the Princeton Heritage brushes. I love Princeton Heritage, is my favorite. I have 2 number 6 liners and a number 2 round. And these liners, they can go to a very thin line and they can hold a lot of water. So you can make a long line if you need to. And the number 2 is just fantastic for botanicals. And that's why I have another one in my case, my kit there. So there's that. And then, let's see. I've got a silver black velvet that is 150 years old. I've got it for a very long time. It still comes to a point. It still does the job. I've got it cracked. It's sort of bent. I've had it for probably 8 years and used it to death. It's a number 6. And it was super duper popular online for a long time. Everybody had to have the silver black velvet number 6 round, and of course I did too. So it's a workhorse and I can't get rid of it. I tend to use it for my metallic watercolor now. So any like you know, the aqua powder from Schminke, or basically any metallics, I use this one for that. And then I've got a Winsor & Newton synthetic sable round number 6, this long guy here. And I love the shape of the handle. I got this in an art buy, sell, and swap at our New Mexico Watercolor Society meeting, and it's really good. It's a good brush, and I love it. So thank you to whoever was getting rid of it. Probably Beverly. Thank you, because I really like using that. I don't tend to put it in my travel case though, because it is kind of long. So I keep that at the at-home set thing. I got 2 Princeton Aqua Elites, both big honkin' huge brushes. One is a number 12 round and long round and a 3/4 inch oval wash brush. Both of these I like to use for washes, and they're great for that. And they both come to a beautiful point, so that's nice as well. But they're big mambo brushes that get a lot of area covered quickly. These are some of the oldest brushes I have. These are Escoda Prado brushes that I got in Santa Fe, I mean, probably 8 years ago as well, at least. You know, these came with me from Ohio and everything, but I got a number 4 round and a number 10 round, and these are synthetic. They were incredibly expensive, but I have used them this entire time, and they never let me down, and they're wonderful. They're brilliant. They're almost as good as they were when I first bought them. The only problem is the paint is wearing off the side of it, so it's hard to read, but they're beautiful. They were expensive, but they're gorgeous, and I'll have them the rest of my life. So that's the Escodas. And then next is my second favorite. These are my Princeton Neptune brushes, and the reason they're called Neptune is because they hold a bunch of water, which is wonderful when you're trying to paint certain things. Let me separate these out. I got number 6 round, number 8 round, 2, be cool, 10. Okay, these two are, this one actually isn't even Neptune branded. It's called Summit, but I put it with my Neptunes, and it holds a lot of water, and it's a 3/4 inch flat brush, wash brush, and it's wonderful, and it's pretty. I like the color, and I like the color of this one too. This one is Neptune branded, and it's a 1/4 inch flat wash. So those are those, and they work great. They're wonderful. The tiniest one here is a 0 round, and I like to use that in botanicals and all the tiny things that I like to paint. There's that, and then I've got a number 6 round. This is a long round, It's not shown as that on here, is it? No, script. So basically a long round. And so it's got a very long brush head and holds a lot of water and is wonderful. Then we've got a number 6 regular round. Here you can see the difference in the length of the brush. This is Workhorse, wonderful, perfect. And yeah, it's that. Here's a number 8 round, and that comes in that new set that I got. So basically, I'll use this until it won't work anymore, and then I've got a backup. But this is the number 8 round, wonderful, perfect. And let's see, number 10 round. Basically covering more area, still comes to a beautiful point, still holds a lot of water. And these two are, so I've got a 1/2 inch oval and a 1/2 inch flat. It's kind of like it's called a stroke brush. It's a long flat here. And they both are wonderful, make good washes, hold a lot of water to make good washes. So I like both of those very much. Love Neptune. And I think that's it. That's everything. That's all of my watercolor brushes. Not that that was nothing. That was a lot of brushes. But these new guys will be going in with the regulars. And is that right? Yeah. So there you go. If you have any questions, let me know. See you later.